Fiona will give the nod at any moment.
Perfect. Welcome everyone tonight to our meeting of the Pyrenees Shire Council. Councillors will today deliberate and decide on a range of matters relevant to the work of council in its communities for the welfare of the people of the Pyrenees Shire. As a meeting chair, I give my consent for this special council meeting to be streamed live, recorded and published online. Anyone who is invited to read out a question or make a submission will be recorded, and their voice, image and comments will form part of that live stream and recording. As the chair and the chair or the CEO have the discretion and authority at any time to direct the termination or interruption of live streaming. And such direction will only be given in exceptional circumstances where deemed appropriate. That may include where the content of debate is considered misleading, defamatory, or potentially inappropriate to be published. The live stream will stop prior to the closed section of the meeting, though we won't have a closed one, sorry. So we'll continue for the entirety of this meeting this evening. And you may view this live stream via our website at www.pyrenees.vic.gov.au. Now, should we have any technical issues that prevent the continuation of the live stream, the meeting will continue as long as we have a quorum, and where possible, a recording of the meeting will be published on our website. Where a quorum cannot be maintained, the meeting will be adjourned until the issue is resolved, or the meeting postponed to another time and date in accordance with the Council's governance rules. I'll now move on to our acknowledgement of country. We acknowledge the people past and present of the Wadawurrung, Dja Dja Wurrung, Eastern Ma, Wotjobaluk, Jadwa, Jawarjali, Werrigai and Japagolk nations, whose lands and waters the Pyrenees Shire operates on. We pay our respects to their ancestors and elders and recognise and respect their customs, stewardship and continuing connection to country. We do have an apology this evening from Councillor Damien Ferrari, and as there are no other, I'll move on to item 5. Are there any notice of disclosures of interest by councillors and or officers? And there being none, I will move on to item 6, which is our item for decision this evening, and that is the adoption of the 2024-25 financial statement and 2024-25 performance statement. I will hand now to Ms. Jacinta Edity to speak to that item. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The purpose of the report is to present the 24-25 financial statement and performance statement to Council for adoption in principle, and for the authorisation of 2 councillors, being the councillor members of our Audit and Risk Committee, to sign audited statements before being submitted to the Auditor General for certification. The 24-25 financial statement and performance statement have been prepared in accordance with the requirements of the Local Government Act 2020, Local Government Planning and Reporting Regulations 2020, and the Australian Accounting Standards. In accordance with Council's governance protocols, the drafted reports were presented to Council's Audit and Risk Committee for review and recommendation that Council adopt in principle, which was supported at the meeting on the 16th of September. The high-level overview of the statements is an operating surplus of $8.117 million, and this is a reflection of grants received in advance of works being completed. The total comprehensive result of $72.107 million. It's a result of net income and all other income inclusive of revaluation of assets, which accounted for $63.990 million. From a capital works perspective, we had an adopted budget of $6.752 million, and we delivered capital works to the value of $9.253 million. The financial statements details the Council financial performance and position for 24-25. They demonstrate that over time the Council has steadily improved its financial position, but indicates there are still numerous financial challenges lying ahead which will require responsible fiscal stewardship. It's therefore the Officer recommendation that Council 1 adopts in principle and submits the 24-25 financial statements and performance statement to the Auditor General for certification in accordance with the Audit and Risk Committee recommendation. And 2, authorises Council's Audit and Risk Committee representatives, Councillor Keogh and Councillor Wardlaw, to certify the 24-25 financial and performance statements in their final form after any changes recommended or agreed by the auditor have been made.
Thank you so much, Ms. Edity. I will ask a councillor please to move a motion to that recommendation. Please feel free to put your hand up or use the hand function on your, I'll go, thank you, Councillor Wardlaw, and seconded, I think, Councillor Phelan. Thank you. And now would you like to speak to that, Councillor Wardlaw?
There was a lot of reading, a lot of numbers, but it's good to see that we're not in a terrible position. And I feel going forward, once we get through a few more of these, from the floods and things, the payments and stuff, we're going to be in a good place going forward. So, and thanks to all the work from the people in the background that put all this together.
Thank you. Well said, Councillor Wardlaw, and thank you for your time and effort that you put in at all those Audit and Risk Committee meetings as well. So that's helped this process. Councillor Phelan, would you like to speak to that motion at all?
Just to really, thanks, Mayor, just to echo Councillor Wardlaw's view and also to thank the members of the Audit and Risk Committee. But I think it is a really good or very sound financial position to be in. So very happy to be endorsing the statements for the auditors.
Thank you so much, Councillor Phelan. And again, I echo both Councillor Wardlaw and Councillor Phelan. It has been a process. We thank everyone, particularly with changes in the industry that benchmarks and things that we've had to make sure we adhere to. We're very grateful for that, and both internal and external people involved in that audit. So with that in front of us, I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? And that's carried. Thank you. And that actually brings us to the end of our short special meeting this evening. And I'll close that at 6:08, I think, on this clock, or 6:07. There's 2 different clocks, but we will close that. And we thank you, those present online as well, and everyone coming together tonight for that. So have a lovely evening. Thank you again.
Hey,
That's all. Perfect.
nice.
Thank